How's everybody doing this morning? In case you guys missed it, Morgan Stanley is the next investment company, which is a very large one, to stop all investor withdrawals. Like I said the other day, that people they're trying to get their 401ks. They're taking hardship loans against them. I've actually had some tenants needing to do hardship loans, and this was in the past. Let's see here. Probably back when everything spiked under Biden. Excuse me, got my coffee. But I had to fill out paperwork for them and stuff so they could take out the loan. But hot coffee because it's nice and cold today. But you're going to see as these companies that, like, you got Morgan Stanley now, BlackRock, Blackstone, Blue Owl Capital. When these companies do not have the money to pay their investors because everything is going to basically shit, then they're going to stop all these investors from taking out any money. So you're going to see people with what little bit of credit card credit they have, they're going to finish maxing that out. If they can get a personal loan, they're going to try to do that. They're going to start letting things go. They're going to, more likely, like '08, first they let their vehicles go, then they did their houses. This time, people probably not going to people's going to let their houses go, then try to keep their cars. But I mean, heck, there's 25% default rate on auto loans. So and like I said about buying a used car, if somebody's in default on an auto loan, they're not going to maintenance it. They're not going to do nothing. They're going to run it. So you're going to have oil in there well past the change date and no maintenance, other maintenance of the vehicle. That's why I wouldn't buy a used vehicle. But then if you guys saw that on the wire, and I caught that, and I thought, man, this is just getting better and better, because I wouldn't be surprised if we have checking out my garage door here, we have a run on the banks. Your money in the banks is safe because it's FDIC as long as you're within $250,000 or under in that account. Not many people have that much money, but just you're safe on that, because if the FDIC fails, the entire government collapses. And we'd have to have a whole new government. You'd see states break away and make new countries. That's not going to happen. They'll print money to keep the banks going. But these investment companies, just like '08, you had Bear Stearns, you had Lehman Brothers, and these investment companies, they're hedge companies basically. They are investing your 401k money. They're investing whatever kind, might not be a 401k, but some type of pension fund from your place you work. Be very careful with that, because like I said, my girlfriend's dad, he had over $500,000 in his Verizon, I don't know, some promo from Verizon. He had over $500,000 in his 401k, and they were telling him to pull it, and he didn't pull it, and he lost $300,000, and he was close to retirement at that time. And that money's gone. Like I said before, you'll never make that money back when you're at that age. I mean, heck, it takes forever to make the money back if you're in your 50s, your 40s, or whatever. So, like I said, if you can get some money out, stockpile some cash, put it in your bank account, put it into a savings, like a money market, a high yield savings, just something and don't touch it, but just put it away. Because that's what I've done. I personally, I've been shaving off crypto profits any chance I get, because I've been setting cash aside, because cash is king when all this crap goes down. And that's when you see people get very, very desperate. Like, oh, well, I just bought this lawnmower, a year ago, and I paid $6,000. Well, but I need money to make my mortgage payment. Okay, I'll give you $1,200. That's the kind of deals you get, because people get desperate. People got to keep making their payments. They don't want to lose stuff. And, not on top of this, these investment firms stopping the withdrawals, you get the high utility prices, which has nothing to do with what's going on over in the Middle East. And it had nothing to do with Trump either, because this was the companies the electric, the gas companies going to the Public Utilities Commission and requesting to increase their rates. So, and that's between them and the states. That has nothing to do with the federal level. Like I said, you got the gas going up, the oil going up and down. We still have not seen oil prices as high as 2008. We have not seen prices as high, the gas prices as high as it was under Biden. So, there's kind of 6 one way, half a dozen the other. But anyway, I'm going to kind of get organized in my garage here. You guys can see how I keep all my, I got all this crap in here. Got my backhoe in here, and I got my mower, my log splitter. I had to empty out my truck. Oh, for you guys asking about my truck, where that guy hit me with his camper. Like I said, when it happened, we were on Sunshine Key, and it was December 12th, and we're inside the camper. And, of course, you guys seen how empty that place was when no campers there on the side that we were in. So you had the whole row in front of us that was empty, and they bring this guy in with his big old brand new dually and his fifth wheel with slide outs, because like I said, they had sold their house, made a bunch of money, and they were living the camper life. But when he pulled it in, he caught my truck and literally shoved it 2 foot sideways. The front of it almost hit my camper. And second coffee. But excuse me, we went down the wrong pipe. But and when he caught, he didn't realize, he thought he was in like a bit of a little hole, and he gassed it, which jerked my truck. But the body shop, it was $7,600 to fix the damage. And I told my claim adjuster when it happened, because I made a video for him and everything, but it wasn't steering right, because when he hit it and he drug the truck, it literally yanked my tires and forced the steering part. And I'm surprised it didn't break anything. But he knocked everything loose, and I got my oil change the other day, and they had it up on the rack, and they were checking it out. And just from the underneath to fix the axle, excuse me, upper lower ball joints, all that crap they got to do to it, that was $2,500. So just that guy hitting me was about $10,500. So if anybody want to know, and I'm waiting to hear back from people, because like I said, I wasn't in the truck, so I have nothing to do with it. But anyway, that guy's insurance was going to spike. So, but now, like I said, I got this, tell you guys about this garage. I called the Amish, and I'm like, hey, do you guys got any repos? Because I love repos, because you get them real cheap. And he's like, yeah, I got one in. And this is a 16 by 24, because 16 foot wide is as wide as they're allowed to haul down the road, without having special permits. And they originally sold it to a gentleman in southeast Ohio, southern southeast Ohio, and he used it as a chicken coop. And they said he made 8 payments and then stopped paying on it. So they went over and repoed it, ran all the chickens out of it, and of course when I walk in, it smelled like chicken shit, because that's what it was. And he goes, you got to buy it as is. And it was dirty, had straw in it, and chicken shit, and it just, all kind of stuff. So anyway, I said, well, what's this thing cost? And he said, new, $15,000. Repo, I'll sell it to you, delivered for $7,500. So I like it. Yeah, and they're good built. Like I said, this is Amish built. I mean, I ran electric and stuff out here, but I mean, you can see everything's all stick built. I'll show you guys the ceiling up here. It's got a nice door on it. But I love it. I even when I first got it, I backed my truck in here just because I've heard people go, oh well, they won't hold a vehicle. They're they're just little sheds. Well, it held my truck. It creaked a little bit, but I mean, the floor is that specialized flooring that the Amish use. It's good because you can hose it out. I mean, it still might leave stains and stuff, but it's nice. And you could. Some people live in these things. Make a little house. You could make a little house out of this. It's nice. So anyway, it's still chilly in here. It's not as cold in here as it is outside. Of course, outside we got high winds. It is blowing like crazy. We got high wind warning today, and I've been seeing trash cans blow down the alley and all kind of stuff. So, but anyway, I'm kind of curious to see what happens because today's Friday, and usually when stuff happens, It's always on Friday in the late afternoon. If any banks fail, then on the weekends, like when Trump attacked Iran, he did it on a Saturday. Because the stock markets are closed, they can't react. Your crypto markets are open 24/7. They didn't really react too much, but we'll see what happens the rest of the day and this weekend, and see next week. Are we going to have any more of these investment companies stop? Investor withdrawals, 401k withdrawals. So anyway, hope you guys enjoy my content. Best thing you can do is refer my page, share it, like my videos, subscribe to my page. See you guys.